All right, week 3 in the books. And speaking of the books, if you're seeing someone in your neighborhood who's driving around with the top down in the car and just really enjoying life, chances are he's a bookie. Because, boy, I'm telling you, they cleaned up. The players had a very bad weekend. Sharp players did well. But the squares really got their teeth kicked in on Sunday. This was one of the better days in recent memory for the sports books here in Nevada. As far as the NFL is concerned, they basically won everything.
Well, it was an unusual week to begin with because you had 11 home underdogs in the NFL. Which
I
is
don't ever recall that before.
I don't remember ever having 11. No. I mean, I had a great week. The underdogs, they were 10-3 against the spread. 6 of them won straight up.
Which crushed the teasers.
And money line parlays because everybody's betting Pittsburgh, et cetera, Denver, Oakland. Oakland had a ton of money Sunday night. Everybody loves Oakland. They were so popular in preseason, it carries over because they won week 1 at Tennessee and then they won against the Jets. And then again, the public gets wrapped up in what the media sells them. And it's not. There was one person. Listen to this. $340,000 money line bet on the Steelers.
That was the MGM Grand.
Yeah.
I know.
$340,000.
Well, that's not anymore.
Oh.
Okay.
That guy. He sold his Mercedes. After that,
no,
that's
there's a lot of bridge jumpers out there as far as laying. This has become kind of popular in the last few years. People laying a big amount of money to win a small amount of money with a favorite they think can't go down. All I can tell you is that was just not a smart bet. And look, I'm not second guessing the guy because I had the Bears.
It wasn't a smart bet.
I had the Bears. Steelers money line was a bad bet last. It was a dumb bet. Okay, they don't do well on the road against losing teams. You can look it up. No. And so sometimes you have to.
That's kind of a Tomlin personality
theory.
Or something.
And they've got this game coming up with Baltimore. This was not a good spot for Pittsburgh, and they played like it. So, sorry, buddy, whoever that was, but that wasn't. You kind of deserve to lose that one. There's other ones where, if it didn't go your way, it might have been bad luck or something along those lines. But anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens this weekend. Maybe the public will recover. Or maybe not. Last year, we saw one of the longest stretches, and I've been doing this for a long time, on both sides of the window. It was one of the lengthiest stretches I've ever seen last year where the public kept on getting the best of the sharps on a regular basis in the NFL.
Yeah,
Second half of the season, it was all squares. I think it's going to be a turnaround this year, and we saw a bit of that last week.
Last week, for sure. Our poll question talked about the NFC East. I'd like to ask you a question about the AFC West, which includes Kansas City, Denver, L.A. I almost said San Diego.
The Chargers actually count.
Chargers, and one other. Oakland.
The Oakland Las Vegas Raiders.
That's a hell of a.
It is, but
that's a hell of a division.
I'll tell you what, Kareem Hunt is the difference maker right now. Kansas City's the best team in that division right now. Now, I don't want to jinx the guy, okay, but we know what happens to running backs as the season goes along. They take more punishment than anybody in the football field. They're the most next time you hear somebody say these overpaid athletes, they're not talking about running backs because they're not paid enough. They have the shortest shelf life in the NFL.
Yep.
Their injury rate is higher than any other position. In the NFL, they get the living snot knocked out of them on an every game basis. Those guys aren't paid enough. And the thing is, Kareem Hunt, he is a rookie, and you wonder if he'll wear down as the season goes along. But right now, wow, he looks absolutely fantastic.
One thing I predict about the running backs in the NFL is they're going to come back, and they're going to become more important. The reason is, and I think I mentioned it last week, they're paying a lot of money to quarterbacks, and they can't protect them. And so these quarterbacks go down, what are you going to do? You're going to bring in a second-line quarterback that isn't as good as the first guy, and you're going to have to run the ball in order to stay in the game. So the running game will come back. It's a pendulum. It happens in everything. So they're going to make a comeback, and they already are. I saw Belichick pull some fullback stuff last. I mean, it was like a throwback for 20 years ago. That's how smart a guy he is. But that's why he is who he is.
You know my feelings on the running game. Mine have never changed. Okay, I'm not into flash, glitter. I think that gimmick offenses are fine for a little while, but football has always been won and lost in the trenches. And if you can beat the other team at the point of attack and run the football and control the clock and keep it away from the other team, you're going to win way more games than you lose.
And if you can
that
keep your
philosophy
quarterback,
still works.
keep your quarterback standing up and healthy, so he can do something with the ball instead of running for your life like Russell Wilson is doing right now. How long does he last?
Oh, he's amazing, but I'm telling you,
He can't make it through a whole season like this.
would seem unlikely. All right, that's it. If you want to get free plays every day from our team of Vegas experts, they're on a recorded message. Just call toll-free to 888-294-1970.
And if you want free plays sent right to your cell phone, just text GAME, G-A-M-E, to 64600. And if you want a free $50 Inner Circle football release going Saturday, just text Proline, 64600.
And you can also get a free daily text from me by texting Cokin 64600. That's it. Thanks for joining us. We will see you next week with another edition of Proline.